Hey there, treasure hunter. What if I told you there's a tiny insect, barely noticeable to most people, that could lead you straight to a hidden fortune underground? Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's real science. And, believe it or not, plenty of folks have already struck it rich because of this. While billions are poured into excavators, geological maps, and cutting-edge tech, nature, with its ancient wisdom, is quietly offering clues that almost no one notices. This insect isn't digging for treasure, but in doing so, it often reveals the exact spot where something incredibly valuable lies. Diamonds. Yes, real diamonds, buried deep beneath the soil, and pointed out by the simple behavior of a little creature most people just think of as a pest. Now picture yourself walking along a dirt road, tripping over a termite mound, and realizing there's a treasure underneath that could change your life. It sounds crazy, but it's exactly the kind of secret no one talks about. And here's the kicker. Learning to spot these signs might be more valuable than holding a shovel made of gold. Because while you're overlooking the invisible, someone else is getting rich off what seems totally ordinary. But here's the question. Why? Does this insect dig in the exact same spots where the earth hides its greatest treasures? While heavy machines roar in search of the earth's secrets, there are tiny, quiet creatures that have been doing this for thousands of years, without noise, without haste, but with a precision that feels almost spiritual. These insects aren't driven by ambition, but by pure instinct. Yet they end up revealing hidden pathways where the pulse of underground wealth silently beats. Nature, in all her quiet wisdom, hides clues and patterns that go unnoticed by untrained eyes. Ancient civilizations knew this. They watched how ants moved, how mushrooms sprouted, how the ground cracked after a rain. Each detail was a message, part of an ancient code. Today, science is only confirming what the elders always knew. There's a natural intelligence woven into the soil, a living map etched on the surface that guides those who know how to read it. It's like the planet is breathing beneath our feet, and each tunnel carved is a sentence written in a forgotten language. Have you ever wondered why some insects settle exactly where the land is most fertile, or over mineral-rich veins? It's not just biology, it's the deep connection between instinct and abundance. So what if we learn to hear the earth's whisper? If this is already sparking your curiosity, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because what's coming next will blow your mind. Just think about it for a second. A bug most people try to kill with poison might actually be your greatest ally in finding hidden diamonds beneath the ground. Sounds crazy, right? But the termite, this tireless underground worker, spends years digging deep tunnels and moving tons of soil without ever realizing it's pushing up pieces of something incredibly valuable. In places like Arkansas, near the crater of Diamond State Park, researchers have found soil deposits containing mineral traces often linked to diamonds, and they were all mixed in with the dirt expelled by termites. This isn't just a fun, scientific fact. We're talking about instinctive behavior being used as a natural underground map. And here's the kicker. Termites are drawn to the exact same conditions needed for diamond deposits to form: moderate humidity, stable temperatures, and a particular kind of clay-rich soil. Now ask yourself, if the earth has ways of speaking, what else has it been trying to show you that you've been missing? In field studies conducted by the University of Texas in the semi-arid regions of New Mexico, scientists followed termite excavation patterns and found evidence of kimberlites, diamond-bearing rocks, just by analyzing the debris around their tunnels. A behavior repeated thousands of times across generations, ignored by anyone who only sees a mound of dirt. might actually be the secret that separates those who merely look from those who truly see. What seems ordinary might be hiding something priceless. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Similar behaviors have been recorded in Colorado and parts of Arizona, where geological surveys suggest termite activity functions almost like a biological radar. Nature is doing the heavy lifting and handing you the map if you know how to read it. So tell me in the comments, would you follow an insect if it could lead you straight to a diamond mine? Type, I follow the signs if you believe nature reveals more than what meets the eye. Now listen closely, because in the next part you'll learn how to spot these signs with real precision. It's not just about knowing termites dig. It's about understanding how, where, and when they do it. Because there are patterns, there are traces, there are tiny details that can turn anyone into a sharp tracker. And no, you don't need to be a biologist, a prospector, or anything like that. You just need to be willing to look a little closer. So if you're enjoying this journey, hit that like button now, because what comes next is even more mind-blowing. We'll explore the exact places to search for these tunnels, the signs surrounding them, and what to do the moment you spot your first clue. And trust me, if you've made it this far, something inside you has already started digging too. Would you even know if you were standing right over an active termite tunnel? Okay, but how would I actually spot that in real life? And that's exactly where things start getting really interesting. First, you need to understand that termites don't just set up shop anywhere. They look for areas with relatively dry soil but stable moisture in the deeper layers. Places with dead trees, hollow logs, or even what looks like abandoned stumps are basically five-star hotels for these colonies. Walk through spots like that, forgotten woodlands, vacant lots on the edge of Texas towns, dry trails winding through Arizona. Watch the ground closely. If it's cracked, slightly raised, or has small circular openings, you might be looking at the entrance to an active tunnel. And here's the secret. Pay close attention to what's scattered around the hole. That debris, it could be breadcrumbs leading straight to a buried treasure. A lot of beginner mineral hunters carry a simple field kit, a magnifying lens, a small scoop, a few sample jars, and a notebook. You don't need high-end equipment. In areas known for mineral presence, like the eastern zones of Colorado, using a magnifier to inspect the dust around a tunnel entrance might reveal tiny crystals, shiny grains, or reddish-black tones that hint at minerals often found near diamonds. Here's a golden tip. Collect a few samples and take them home. Under controlled light, with a LED flashlight and a dark surface, you'll see a lot more detail. If you want to go deeper, study the excavation patterns of these colonies. Many follow geometric or network-like paths, circles, spirals, interconnected tunnels. Cross that with local geological maps, and it starts to feel like solving a puzzle made of living pieces. And once the picture starts coming together, the reward becomes very real. Now here's a mentor-level tip. Document everything. Snap photos, write down coordinates, record every detail. Knowledge builds through repetition and comparison. Imagine this. You find an active mound in New Mexico, in slightly reddish soil. You collect the debris and spot metallic-looking grains. 2 weeks later, just a few miles away, you find something nearly identical. With good notes, you begin connecting the dots, and when patterns emerge, the odds of standing above something big go way up. People think mineral hunting is all about luck. Truth is, it's all about reading the signs. And the better trained your eye becomes, the sharper your natural radar will be. In the next section, you'll find out that termites are just the beginning. Nature has a much bigger network of indicators, just waiting to guide you down paths no one else is looking at. Now it's time to expand your awareness even further, because nature doesn't speak only through tunnels. It speaks through movement, behavior, patterns, and even the tiny breadcrumbs left behind by creatures no one suspects. Have you ever stopped to watch how ants behave in rocky terrain? In specific parts of California and Arizona, scientists have noticed that these tiny workers carry shiny mineral fragments and metal bits back to their nests, revealing the nearby presence of gold and other valuable elements. Rodents, like certain squirrels in Colorado, build their burrows using stones that actually reflect the underground geology of the region. Even birds can offer clues. Some species only nest in quartz caves or cliff faces rich in specific minerals. The world is covered in signs. It's as if life itself leaves natural markers for those who've learned how to see them. The real question is, are you training your eyes to recognize the invisible? We're surrounded by a silent language, one that's been unfolding for millennia. But only those who slow down and pay attention can truly tap into it. Nature doesn't need to shout. It whispers through patterns, the trails of ants, the choices of nesting birds, the types of stones rodents bring into their homes. What looks random on the surface often hides deep meaning underneath. And the more you tune into these signals, the more they begin to make sense, like cracking a code that's always been there. When you start connecting the dots, it no longer feels like chance. It feels like guidance, intentional, like the earth is inviting you to dig a little deeper, not just into the ground, but into your own awareness. And here's something important. Stay with me, because soon I'll be sharing a special guide I've created to help you in your own search for diamonds and precious stones. It's designed to take you from zero knowledge to practical action, with clear steps anyone can follow. But for now, I want to know if you're ready to take this seriously. If so, type it in the comments right now. I'm ready to receive. Because when you declare it, something shifts, and the signs begin to reveal themselves even faster. How many times have you walked right over something valuable, without even realizing it, simply because you didn't know what you were looking for? The truth is, life does this to us all the time. It hides opportunities in plain sight, wraps treasures inside the ordinary, and tests our ability to notice before it reveals its secrets. A termite tunnel might just look like a clump of dirt, until you realize it could be the gateway to an entire world of hidden possibilities. And this isn't just about diamonds. This is about awareness, about paying attention, about patience. Training your eyes to see the invisible isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. Because when you begin to recognize the value in small things, the world starts to respond by revealing something greater. It's as if God has been gently leaving subtle clues all along, just waiting to see if you'll notice. And when you finally do, everything changes. That shift in perception doesn't just apply to the ground beneath your feet. It echoes into every part of your life. Imagine what could happen if you applied this way of seeing to your relationships, your career, your biggest decisions. What if you stopped rushing past the ordinary and started tuning into the deeper layers? The signs are everywhere, they always have been. But it takes a certain stillness, a different kind of attention, to catch them. And once you do, it's like unlocking a secret language. Suddenly, a look means more. A moment feels deeper. A missed chance becomes a lesson, and a tiny clue becomes the beginning of something huge. So if this message is resonating with you, if something in you feels like it's waking up, leave a comment right now and write, "Now I see the invisible." I'll be reading every single one of them closely, because the moment you declare that, you're no longer walking blind. You're tuned in, you're aware, and that changes everything. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you is waking up, a kind of ancient instinct that modern life has tried to silence, but that never really stopped beating. This search for signs, for meaning, for hidden answers in the invisible. It's more than just curiosity, it's a calling. And we're not just talking about diamonds in the ground, we're talking about treasures that can shift the way you see everything around you. And it all starts with a simple choice: to observe, to quiet the noise around you, and tune into the details. Because the universe whispers, and it only answers those who learn to ask with their eyes. So now it's in your hands. If this video changed the way you look at the world, leave a comment below and write, "I follow the signs." I want to know who's willing to go beyond the surface and dive into life's deeper layers. And if you're ready to take the next step, I've put together a full guide that shows you exactly how and where to find diamonds and precious stones, even if you've never done it before. This exclusive material is available right now with a special discount, and you'll find the link in the description. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel, because our next discovery is going to take you even further. Would you follow an insect, even if everyone laughed, if you knew it was digging straight toward a diamond? What's most fascinating is that, more often than not, the greatest treasures aren't revealed by machines or maps, but by tiny creatures, guided by instinct and ancient precision. Now that you've learned how a simple tunnel might hold the signs of hidden fortune, it's time to take the next step. Because what we've uncovered here is just a glimpse of what nature is quietly revealing. And what if I told you there's another creature, completely different, that also gives off mysterious signals in areas where the ground hides diamonds? Even more intriguing, hardly anyone knows about this secret. But you're about to. The next video is already up on your screen. Click it now. This animal gives off signals in diamond-rich areas, and almost no one knows this secret. It'll take everything you've just learned and expand it to the next level. Trust your instincts, follow the signs, and continue this journey with us. See you soon, treasure hunter.